The Monday, January 29, 2024 special meeting for the Paris City Council is hereby called to order at 5:30 p.m. For this meeting, there is a quorum of the council present. Item number 2, the citizens forum. Persons desiring to address the council must limit their presentation to more than 2 minutes. Unless an item is posted on the agenda, the Texas Open Meetings Act prohibits the council from responding to any comments other than to refer the matter to a future agenda, to an existing policy, or to a staff person and with the specific factual information. Claims against the city council, council members, or employees, as well as individual personal appeals, are not appropriate for the citizens forum. If necessary, the city council may convene an executive session under Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code regarding any item on this agenda. The public forum is now open. If there is anyone who wishes to address the council, please come forward and state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, council and staff. I'm Paula Portugal. I live at 2020 38th Northeast in Paris, Texas. And I'm concerned about the communication being adequate for our elderly and disabled citizens who are going to have a difficult time with this huge roll-off cart, particularly in neighborhoods where there are alleys. Many in this city, many driveways slope way down. They're very steep. And if you're disabled or elderly, which the people I went to high school with are, and it was a joke. Gary got it. Thank you, Gary. That cart could so easily get away from you. Plus, if you put one hand on the handle of that, and you've got one hand on your cane, or maybe even a walker, and you try to put your foot up just to pull the cart onto its back wheels, you're going to lose your balance, very likely. Now, I appreciate that in the contract there is a measure where you can call and get your name on a list where they will pick it up, take it to the truck, dump the trash, and bring your cart back. We've had mixed views on that. Some of my mother's neighbors on Primrose called and wanted to find out what to do, and they said, well, we'll see about it. And they got no specific answers. Another friend that's here that lives out toward the curb, the country club. Where do you live? Amherst Court. I'm there at least once a month visiting her. But anyway, those are curved and steep. And so that's a concern, but she called, and I'll let her tell you if she wants to about what she found out, and it's not simply getting your name on a list. It's going to ask our citizens to do a lot more than that. But please take into consideration how you're going to get this information out to people. Not everybody takes the newspaper. Not everybody owns a computer and can use it. So we need something to help them out. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Alvin Atwood, 2419 Bonham Street. I've been coming up here for almost a year talking about your sewer rates and your trash rates, and here we are a year later doing it again. 84-year-old woman in Paris, Texas is talking about starting a GoFundMe page to pay for your sewer thing. $800,000 we just paid to tear down the building from that little program could have went towards that package. There's many other things we could have done. There's a mother and a father getting ready to bury their 5-year-old child, and your sewer bill is a big part of their problems. This is getting ridiculous. Man, I get it. Y'all are trying to get us to progress from the 1920s because they forgot to keep working on Paris, and y'all are trying to help get us back up to date. I know that none of your policies are malicious, but nonetheless, they are negatively affecting the citizens, and we're out here struggling. I mean, I'm working on mine. I'm getting mine figured out. But a lot of people They don't have no answers. Everybody's looking for me for, some kind of solution, and they don't have the money. I'm sure you're all aware of the petition I got online. That's nothing. I got 1,100 signatures on a piece of paper from registered voters. Look, man, I would love to be able to come up here and tell y'all congratulations. I love a lot of people don't like the new trash thing. I'm on both sides of the fence. We'll see how it works out. I've seen the things that y'all are doing to progress our city, and I've seen certain things that y'all have taken into aspect to make our community better, and all the negligence from years ago, you're having to try to cover that up. Nonetheless, your policies are hurting our citizens. Please start reverting any extra open funds towards the sewer plants so that a person isn't paying over $200 a month. We are right now, Paris, Texas is the top 17% most expensive cities to live on the globe. From sea to shining sea. That is on statistics. You can, nothing up here I say, you can go and look it up by yourself. Don't take my word for it. Go look. Paris, Texas is high to live in. Please get the bills down. That's all, I'm begging you. Please get the bills down. People out here should not have to worry about sewer bills while they're getting ready to bury their 5-year-old child. The moment that you find that acceptable, shame on you. Period. As a father, as mothers, there is no way that you can make any excuse for that. You can't. You cannot. I know y'all know about Toby, the honorary police officer. He won't make it to the end of this month. And his parents are worried about their electric and water bill. $180, I think. They've been sitting in a hospital for a month. $180? Shame. Shame on you.
I'm Ann Ford, I live on Primrose, and I'm 97 years old also. Good. And I'm very concerned about the new system of trash pickup. I have an alley, and my hope is that it can be picked up from the alley. Otherwise, it's heavy by the time I get it full, roll down a sloping driveway, and it gets away from me, then I'll be rolling down the driveway. But to get out of the garage, down the driveway, around the house, in grass, to the front door, I think I have a legitimate complaint. And I would appreciate any help I might get. I'm sure I'm not the only one in Paris that has this problem. Anyone who lives on the alley, and I'm not the only old person in Paris, and we have a problem. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, and thank you all for serving our citizens. I would never have been here had it not been that I have had 2 accidents in the last 2 years and a month. My wrists are weak, and then when I had a broken femur, rather than healing in 4 to 6 months, as Councilman Norman probably knows is a general range, it took 9 months because my bones are crumbling. That being said, when the container was delivered, my next-door neighbor, Dr. Craig Stevens, brought it to the door, to the garage, and put it in for me because he knew I could not push it. My driveway is an extreme slope, but it definitely slopes. And since my injuries occurred, I put my bag of trash on the hood of my car and back out to the street, get out, and put it by the curb. I recognize that privatization is definitely a positive for our city, but our city looks messy in many places. So this afternoon, I called the number for cards to express my concern that I could not get this container to the street because when I'm outside, I'm supposed to either use a cane or a walker. You can't hold a walker with 2 hands and tilt the cart back or the heft of it. I mean, it's stronger than I am. The person answered the phone promptly. I was on hold for a few minutes, but that's normal. And I explained my situation, and the person at Cards, it was a lady, she said, well, she says, now we do have a remedy for this. And she was very pleasant about it. She said, but what you will need is a note from your doctor saying that you have this, I like to call it limitation. She called it handicap, which of course is all right. And I told her, I did tell her, I said, well, my doctor prescribed a tag for my car. And I said, will this be for 6 months or a year? And he said, no, I think you're going to need this. So I think that it is a situation that's going to be ongoing. I told her I was 79 years old and that, you know, I didn't know how long I would need it. So I plan tomorrow to check with the orthopedic clinic, and they, or Dr. Trout, I'm sure, will write something. She gave me an email address that when I get his note, that then I will forward it to them. So I think that they're workable people, but I think it's just communication. And I did mention that the brochure doesn't say anything about that there is an alternative choice. And I can see that too, because some people would take advantage of that and work the system and say, well, I'm not going to get it, I'm just going to claim I can't have it. So I think that they're asking for validation of your condition is not totally bad. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Mayor, if I may, real quick, for those who are here, if before you leave, if you could, I think Clyde's going to get your contact information. We want to be able to follow up with you all, if you don't mind. So we want to get your name and phone number just so we follow up. Yep.
Okay, is there anyone else? If not, the citizens' forum is now closed. Item number 3, convening an executive session pursuant to Section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code, consultation with attorney to receive legal advice for the city attorney about 1, pending or contemplated litigation, and or 2, on matters in which the duty of the attorney to her client under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct of the State Bar of Texas clearly conflict with this chapter, to wit, the Belfort Building. B, Section 551.072 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate with the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of the real property if deliberation in an open meeting would have detrimental effect on the position of the governmental body in negotiation with the third person. C, Section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate with the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employees as follows. City Manager. The time is 5:43 p.m. and the City Council is convening an executive session. All right, the time is 7:43 p.m. and the City Council is now in open session. Items 3A and B, there are no actions to be taken. Items 3C, we discussed this item in executive session, and will I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve a resolution approving Addendum 3 to Grayson's Path Employment Agreement dated March 9th, 2020, as written.
For a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion carries 7-0.
Who seconded it? Thank you.
Are there a motion and a second to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We adjourn.